yesterday we talked about, this is the wall of the yolk sac from which the primordial germ cells will migrate and then they will deposited on the sex cord cells that is being in the genital ridge. So this is how the first sex cord cells are being formed, that is the testis cord cells are being formed, and the mesonephric tubules, which was earlier used for the development of kidney, not utilized, being utilized here for the system of the duct system, genital duct system in case of male. So this is how it being happened. So this is a mesonephric duct which will helping for the genital duct system to develop, and this is the sex cord cell in the genital ridge which will be going for the development of the male gonad, that is the testis. Now by the side of the mesonephric duct, on the anterolateral side there is certain invagination of the coelomic epithelium forming a duct over here. That duct is called paramesonephric duct. We will see what contribution is given by the paramesonephric duct in the male genital system and what contribution to the female genital system. So this is how it is being happening over here. Now in the third week, what is happening in the 8th week? So this is the position of the 8th week. What is going to happen? That there will be the hairpin horseshoe shaped testis cords will appearing, and the lower end this part will be forming the convoluted tubules. This is called the retate testis cord, and there is a connective tissue covering that will also appear, that is called tunica albuginea. So there is a medullary cord, horseshoe shaped cord that will form the testis cords with the implantation of the primordial germ cells, and then the tunica albuginea that will be developed prominently in case of the male gonad because it has to descend, and this with the help of this is required. The cortical portion is not developing, so that position is occupied by this is called the retate testis, the cord-like structures which has a communication with the excretory tubules that are coming from the mesonephric duct. So this is a mesonephric duct or Wolffian duct, and by the side of this is your paramesonephric duct, which will cross in the midline to goes on the opposite side to be opened in the urogenital sinus. So this is the contribution by the paramesonephric duct, and this is a contribution by the testis cord cells, sex cord cells, to become the seminiferous tubules afterwards. It is till puberty, this will be the tubules will be non-luminized, solid. Till after puberty, this will be canalized to form the seminiferous tubules. So seminiferous tubules are formed by this testis cord cell after puberty. Now then we will see, this is the position, this is the testis being formed, this is the coil structure, this is the testis cord cells covered by the tunica albuginea, this is the retate testis, again the coil portions, and this is the mesonephric duct which is forming the excretory tubules. Some of the tubules will be communicating with it and some of the tubules will not communicating with the testis cord cell. Those which are communicating with the testis cord cell, they are called the epididymis, and those who are not communicating with, they are called the para-epididymis. They are the paragenial tubercle. Okay. So this is how it is being formed. So this is the epigenial tubercle that is forming the epididymis, and paragenial tubercles which will be forming the paradidymis. So this is how it is being formed in the 8th month. This is the formation of the testis. With the formation of the retate testis, the canalization occurs. So the testis cord cell canalized with the retate testis, where the communication sets in with the excretory duct tubules of the mesonephric duct, which will be later one forming the epididymis and the first difference. So this is how it is being formed. And the paramesonephric duct that is going to form, that is going to join in a tubercle in the genital sinus, which is called the sinus tubercle. This is called the sinus tubercle. This is called the sinus tubercle, which is the where the paramesonephric duct is going to be open there. This is the sinus tubercle from the two sides. The paramesonephric duct forms in the urogenital sinus. So this is the urogenital sinus, and this is how after crossing the mesonephric duct, the paramesonephric duct goes and joins to form the sinus tubercle or the paramesonephric tubercle. So this is the picture of the 8th month of baby. So the canalization sets in, seminiferous tubules are being formed, and then the communication sets in with the rete testis along with the epididymis, and then the formation is going to form the vas deferens, and then this is the fate, this is the derivative. So this is the testis corsal, rete testis. So this is the epididymis. Then this is the highly coiled epididymis, which has got a head, which has got a body, which has got a tail, and the tail is continuous as a vas deferens. And then from the vas deferens there is a tubercle that appears called seminal vesicles, and the part after seminal vesicle is from the ejaculatory duct that is going to open in the prostatic part of urethra. So this is how the formation of the contribution of the mesonephric duct in the development of the male gonad and the genital reach that is going to form the main testis. Now the vestigial organs often forms that is called appendix of the epididymis, and it is the appendix of the testis. Now this appendix of the testis and this prostatic utricle, they are the part which is derived from the paramesonephric duct. The main part of the paramesonephric duct will disappear, and after descent the cranialmost part will be forming the tubercle over here, that is called the appendix of the testis. That is the cranial part of the paramesonephric duct, and the caudal part that will form in the prostatic utricle of the prostate. So these are the derivative of the paramesonephric duct in case of male, and this whole is the derivative of the mesonephric duct in case of male. So this is the Wolffian duct derivatives, and the Mullerian duct or paramesonephric duct will give rise to formation of two structures. One is appendix of testis as the cranial part after descent, and the prostatic utricle, that is the caudal part. Okay. Now this is the whole testis which is being formed. Now the testis is formed in the lumbar region. Okay, this is the position of the kidney. Now kidney is formed in the pelvic region, and they have to ascend, and the testes have to be formed in the thoracolumbar region, and they have to descend. So this is a crisscrossing over here. Now this is the right kidney, this is the left kidney. The right kidney is a bit lower down because of the presence of liver on the right side, and this is the left kidney which is higher up. It is the transpyloric plane that is come between the T1 and T2 vertebra that passes upper part of the hilum of the right kidney and lower part of the upper part of the hilum of the right kidney and lower part of the hilum of the left kidney. So it is a bit higher up, and this is a bit lower up because of the liver. This is the final position of the kidney. In respect to the kidney, this is the position of the testis from where in the thoracolumbar region, the intermediate mesoderm of the thoracolumbar region, that is mesonephros, that is the medialmost part going to give rise to the formation of the testis. Then it descends down and comes in the iliac fossa in the third month. In the third month of the baby, it will reach to the iliac fossa. Then it will enter into the deep inguinal ring, that is 7th month, crosses the inguinal canal, that is 7th month, reach to the superficial inguinal ring 8th month, and enters into the scrotal sac, which is earlier formed from the anterior abdominal wall, and that is entry into the scrotal sac in the 9th month. And this is the descent of kidney. Now descent of kidney is held by a structure called gubernaculum, and this ultimate position is to be reached. Now this is how the gubernaculum will help for the descent of the testis. Now let us see how it is being formed. This is the skin of the anteabdominal wall that is from the scrotal sac. Scrotal sac will be formed earlier than that male gonad to be formed. So the sac is being formed. This is your skin. Then the external oblique aponeurosis, which is forming the external spermatic fascia. Then the two muscles of the anteabdominal wall, internal oblique and transverse abdominis, they will fuse together, forming a muscle. This muscle is called the dartos muscle, that is the muscles on the skin. So dartos muscle is formed by the internal oblique and transverse abdominis. Then the covering of the peritoneum called the fossa transversalis will descend down, and this is forming the fascia called internal spermatic fascia. And ultimately this is the peritoneum, which is also pulled by the descent of testis, forming a process over here called the processus vaginalis. When the descent will be completed, this processus vaginalis will become the tunica vaginalis and forming one of the covering of the testis. So that is the external covering of the testis, and the internal covering of testis is called tunica albuginea, that is forming the genital reach. So this is the testis which is descending and held by a structure. This is called gubernaculum of testis. and this gubernaculum testis, if failed to descend, that is called undescended testis. So the final destination is the scrotal sac, held by a connective tissue structures, also by the muscle, that is the gubernaculum, that is pulling this testis from the thoracolumbar region and then enter into the scrotal sac, that is its ultimate position. We will see afterward what are the abnormalities if the descent is not completed. If the testis is not in position, this will deal in the another class. So this is how the male gonad is formed. The testis is formed from this genital ridge with the implantation of the primordial granules, germ cells, and the duct system is formed by the contributed by the mesonephric duct, which was earlier developed for the development of the kidney, but failed to attempt to form the kidney, but they failed to form the kidney. So that is being taken up by the genital system for its ducts, genital duct to be developed. So this is your complete formation of the testis for the male gonad, that is testis, and also the genital duct system. Okay.